Hey, Jaylen. You and Jayson have developed great chemistry with each other in recent years, whether it's his outlet passes to your sprints on the break or cuts or kickouts. How have you seen the chemistry you and Jayson have developed together over the years? And how much of that is just playing together, or is there an aspect of like communication and film room study together with pointing out like what to look for that either of you guys might do?
I'll probably say maybe a little bit of both. But what's crazy, I think like we still can make a lot of leaps in terms of playing with each other and playing off of each other. I think we still got a long way from being to our peaks. But that's a great compliment. But we still got a lot of work to do.
John Corrales.
What's up, Grant?
Hey, Jaylen. Brad Stevens has talked a lot throughout this entire bubble process of finding your joy and finding joy in what you guys are doing. Obviously, there have been a lot of stressful moments throughout all of this. How have you guys been able to try to keep accomplishing that?
I guess doing the best you can to develop a good, healthy routine and habit. Some of the things that I've picked up here in the bubble, I feel like I'll probably take with me for the rest of my life. Just being able to develop certain habits and things to help you, kind of deal with, being in a bubble, away from your family, in an uncomfortable environment. So everybody's different. So everybody, had their own adaptation process. But some of the things that I picked up personally here, I probably think I'll carry with me for, when I leave.
Question in person, Gary Washburn.
When people say like you've got to be more aggressive or you're not getting enough touches or game 2 you got some touches late, when do you kind of feel like, okay, Jaylen, like game 3 it's like you're much more aggressive? When do you kind of say to yourself, Jay, I gotta be more aggressive? Or how do you let the game flow come to you and just take that?
It's tough. Try to play within the flow for the most part, and allow the game to kind of come to you. But sometimes it doesn't, and that's where I get frustrated at times. But, for me, I realize that just being out on the floor, there's so many different ways I can affect the game with the ball in my hands, without the ball in my hands. It don't really matter. I can assert myself whether the ball come to me or not. So just being aggressive anytime I catch it, being aggressive on defense, being aggressive rebounding, and all those stuffs add up. I think there was maybe it's more of a emphasis on that for me in game 3, and going forward it'll be more of an emphasis for sure.
How easy does the game become when defense leads to offense? When you get the steal and the score, it seems like that gets you into the game and you hype and you get the breakaway. That seems like it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's good for our team as well. I think being aggressive defensively is going to be key to the series for us. So that's something we have to continue. But defense, is what we hang our hat on, and that's something I hang my hat on. I could take it to another level, and I will.
Adam Himmelsbach.
Hey, Jaylen. What do you think the potential is with that group we saw a little bit in game 3 with Smart out there with the starters, Smart in there for Tice basically? You guys didn't have a chance to use it a lot during the season because of injuries and various things, but it looked like a pretty good glimpse of what that group could be capable of.
Yeah, it seems like a group that we might see a little bit more often, especially at the end of games. We just got to be great. That's what it comes down to. Got to be aggressive. Got to rebound with that group and make the right plays. There's a lot of good players on the floor, all at the same time. But I believe in that group.
Question in person, Malika Andrews.
Last time we spoke about Breonna Taylor, you talked about sort of the balance for you of being in the playoffs, but also making sure you're paying attention. With the decision expected to come down today, what's the balance for you? How do you look at those two things?
It's tough because it seems like they're gearing up for the decision that I disagree with. We'll see what the ultimate outcome is, I guess, later today. But to be honest, I think that is what is the problem. I think that's where the disconnect is, that people don't see the issue with the death of Breonna Taylor. And to a lot of people, the issue is so evident and so clear, and I don't see how people can miss it. So that's something that definitely can throw your balance off. You know, you're talking about balance. That's something that's going on in the real world that can throw your balance off in terms of you being here and you playing basketball and being in the playoffs, because not only does that, directly affect, people, women of color, et cetera, you can't help but think of, people um, that you're close to that could possibly go and see similar situations, and the outcome will be the same. I think there was obvious wrongdoing there. That's the reason why Kentucky or Louisville banned the no-knock warrant, because they know that that isn't okay to just, just break into somebody's house or bust in, regardless of who you are, not making yourself aware. And you look at stand your ground laws, I don't see too much of a difference. If you're a threat or somebody breaking into your place, and you look at George Zimmerman, he was amended for some of those things that, somebody feeling the threat or in somebody's property, and Breonna Taylor is looked at as different. So that's something that can definitely throw your balance off in terms of being in a bubble. I'm curious, I guess, to see what the ultimate decision is, but I would not be surprised.